Today we're out here at Costco. We're frying a turkey to make sure we keep our residents safe for people who do choose to fry a turkey. As you know, frying a turkey can be extremely dangerous and could put a damper on your holiday. But what we're doing out here is showing you the safe way to do it, even though we recommend you leave it to professionals. Safe alternatives. As you can see, we have a Butterball indoor electric fryer, and this fryer is great. It has a safety mechanism. If you do trip or your kids trip into it, it's magnetic, and it will release, allowing to make sure you don't spill this or tip it over on the floor. Typically, electric fryers only did small turkeys. This electric fryer does up to 20 pounds, which is a pretty big bird. So we're going to be using this today along with your traditional fryer over here. This is your traditional outdoor propane fryer. It is extremely dangerous. That's why we recommend you keep it 10 feet from combustibles. As you can see, we're clear. And we also have an extinguishing agent on source and on hand to make sure that if it does get out of control, we can put the fire out. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to show you the proper way to measure your oil level. Typically, people might just put the oil in here and say this is a good level. Well, that's not the safe way to do it. That might cause spilling and cause a fire because you have an open flame underneath. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure it with water first. We're going to put the dry, clean bird in here, and we're going to measure the water level where the water level is just under the turkey legs to make sure that once we dump that out, that the oil will be at the right level too. A few things you want to keep into consideration when frying your turkey is make sure your turkey is dry. Oil and water do not mix. Okay, also make sure it's not frozen. A frozen turkey inside here will be a bomb. Okay, it'll explode, third-degree burns. It's going to put a damper on your holiday and cause serious injury. As you can see with this indoor Butterball fryer, it has the oil level. It has a max and a minimum fill inside of here. This does take a little bit longer to preheat, but it is a safer alternative than frying outside. You still want to keep this outside, and I recommend it being outdoors, but having an electric fire and taking away that open flame is a huge part of safety, because the oil mixing with the flame is what causes the fire. That is a thing of beauty. I mean, always have a fire extinguisher nearby when using an open flame. But the biggest mistake is not properly preparing your turkey, making sure it's thawed out completely, because then it becomes almost like an explosive inside here, and making sure that the water is dried off the turkey and it's completely dry when you drop it in submerged oil. And that's going to be the safest tip we can get. Having an extinguisher is a huge key. Make sure you keep it 10 feet from combustibles and keep your kids away from it. You know, don't let the kids play around an open flame at any times, but especially when you're using hot oil. We don't want anyone to get burned, and we want this holiday season to be a fantastic, memorable holiday.